Getting ready to run a electric line out to my shop. Here's where the electric service comes from there, down trench there into the house here. So I'm gonna run a line kind of at an angle there, just go to the right of where all the phone, internet line and everything comes in the house. Come down here. I actually rented a trencher earlier this year from Home Depot, but it was just a little 24-inch trencher, and man, I was barely able to get down about 12 or maybe 18 inches in some good spots. Definitely wasn't able to get anywhere near 24, obviously. But the hole's pretty much filled in. I filled in some of it, and then just the water has filled it back up. I just got to be careful. Right here, there's a pipe from the septic system. So I realized I could have just took the line right there up close to the house. Problem is, the septic system's right there. The septic guys couldn't really tell me exactly where the electric and water and everything else was. I can kind of guess based on on where everything's laid out, but I was like, you know what? I would rather just hit the drain pipe coming out of the septic system than hit anything going into it. So I decided to come out here. So anyway, it's going to come here and go straight to the back of the shed there. You can see there I've already got one pipe running to the shed. I did go ahead and dig I used the same trencher to dig, put a conduit in from the shop out to the greenhouse, and that worked great-ish. I had to come back and do a lot of it by hand to get it deep enough to get at least 18 down to be legal. I mean, I'm not really subject to codes out here, but at the same time, I don't want to be too dangerous. So I did go ahead and get it down at least 18 inches everywhere. But anyway, that being said, I've got a trencher coming in this morning, and we're gonna get this done. I'm ready to get it done and get the holes filled back in, actually get power in the shed, in the garage, because right now every time I need to do something, it's run extension cords from the house, and that's just a pain in the butt. And you can see the guy showed up with the trencher, and I should have kind of got a clue here watching him how hard it was for him to back it off here. It's going to be kind of hard to control it, but anyway. All right, so this guy is the trencher that I rented here. It's a BT 3601 Barreto. I don't know. I mean, it's got a Honda engine. It does all right power-wise. I mean, I'm getting some pretty good depth out of it. I mean, it says it goes down to 36. I mean, granted, I've got some dirt falling back down in there, but I'm running it about, well, you can see that. I'm running it about 24 inches deep. I've got a little stick over there I'm checking with. Every once in a while, I'll make sure I'm right at 24. I mean, legally, I need to be at least 18, but 24 would make me happier. So the operation of this thing, obviously, it just starts. You got the hour meter there. The place I rented from rents per day, but it's 8 hours effectively. So if you go over 8 hours, you get charged the second day. Digging chain up and down. Digging chain, this just kind of gives you the direction. This digging chain will actually go in reverse, so you could, clear something if you wanted to or whatever. But it does, you want it most of the time in forward. Once you start the engine, you're going to engage the chain by pulling this up. You can either hold it if you're not moving. Once you grab the clutch, it will hold that lever on and keep the digging chain engaged. Now, the minute you pull that clutch, wherever your thing is here, your gear shift is going to take off. I accidentally had it all the way up here a couple times when I was getting started, and it just shot forward. That's your reverse. You don't obviously have as fast of a reverse as you do forward, but you kind of turn it. You can see the little gears in there kind of moving around as you turn it, but that's the thing I really don't like about this thing. It's hard to get it, just keep it going straight. I do like the fact you can control either wheel by itself, but it is relatively hard to control. So I'm going to try to set up the camera here so we can get some footage of me actually using the thing. I guess we'll see how that goes. But Anyway, thanks guys. All right, I'm gonna start her up here, and like I said, this thing is fairly difficult to use. It has a lot of power. You can watch it here. I've got it what's supposed to be neutral, and I engage the blade, and it just kind of shoots backwards there. And it shoots backwards, kind of misnomer. It's not moving that fast, but it is moving pretty quick there. And you know, now all of a sudden you can see I'm still playing with it, trying to get the right track engaged, and it's not engaging. Left track's just spinning like crazy, and that was kind of the problem I had with this thing throughout the day. It's like trying to get them both engaged and at the same speed to keep it straight was a constant battle. You know, looking back, I'm not even sure they make these particular units with the cable system anymore. It's really a poor design. I would never rent this product again, just to be honest with you. I mean, they actually, when the guy came and picked it up, he's like, yeah, I wouldn't, you shouldn't have rented this one. You should have rented the one, we got some little stand-on ones that do a much better job. I'm like, why didn't you guys rent those to me instead of this piece of crap? But I mean, I was able to get the trench done, but it wore me out. I was fighting the thing the whole time, and you can see here in a little bit, it'll engage, and it actually goes at a pretty good pace. Once it engages, it digs. You know, and this is solid clay. I mean, where we're at, you know, you've got a good 2 or 3, up to 6 inches of topsoil, and then you get down to that hard clay crap that just, it's either, if it's wet, it's just a big gummy mess, or if it, you know, is dry, it's almost like cement. But you can see it starts digging and definitely moves. I mean, I bog it down once in a while because it's moving a little more than, you know, what I was ready for there. You know, the motor can't quite keep up, but it does pretty good. Overall, this thing definitely digs. It is just, it is a workout. Yeah, and I'm figuring here, I mean, I think this whole little clip of me working is about 5 minutes maybe. And I probably went 10 feet or so within that 5 minutes. I don't know. So you could easily spend an hour and probably do 100 foot. You know, and you can see here, it's like, even now, it's like the belts, the tracks just aren't getting any grip at all, but it's still putting the, you know, constant pull on the chain itself as it's digging. Man, look at this, I need to lose some weight. Goodness. Nobody likes to see themselves on camera, I guess. It was a hot day. I was trying to keep the sun off of me, wearing a long sleeve shirt and wearing my fishing hat, trying to keep myself from getting sunburned, avoid the skin cancer stuff. I'm gonna go grab my measuring stick here so we can see how, just make sure I'm deep enough and I'll be happy with it. I've got
2-foot mark on there, so I want to make sure I'm at least 2 feet, and yeah, it's beyond the 2 feet mark. I don't remember exactly where I was, but it was beyond the 2 foot. All right, well, guys, I've got a video coming up. I'm going to show you how I, once I got the conduit in, how I put the fish line in with a shop vac. That really was a great idea. It wasn't my idea. I saw it elsewhere, but I did take advantage of it. So I'd love for you guys to subscribe. I won't be doing all the electrical myself. I'm not an electrician, but I will be doing as much as I can to help lower the cost of having an electrician come in. So please subscribe. If you got any comments, if you've tried to use one of these trenchers, I'd love to hear if there's a better way to do it than what I was doing. But anyway, thanks guys. Y'all have a good day.